Was something missing from your life last week? I know what it was. It was your league manager note. Well, put you at ease. It was just a 1 week thing. Had a little sickness, had a guy's trip out of town. Just didn't happen. It will not happen again, I promise you that. But I'm going to get right down to it. I don't want to keep you waiting. You've been waiting for over a week. So we're going to get into the Week 3 Legacy League weekly video. Now, fantasy's been a little crazy. A team went down that honestly I thought had a chance to win out and go undefeated. Speed Goats. A little bit of an upset, what the real Slim Brady pulled off. And you know, I bashed on the real Slim Brady in our preview after the draft. Well, looks like the team's looking pretty good, Ben. My apologies. Now, if you have a quarterback in fantasy, which we all should have at least one or two, it was not a good week. Started out, Sam Darnold, my backup, mono. 23-year-old guy getting mono. Not sure what he's up to, but someone needs to look into it. Also, Big Ben, done for the year. Drew Brees, 6 to 8 weeks minimum. Eli, just might as well retire. That's big. I mean, we already have Nick Foles out. We got old Gardner Minshew. Yeah, that silence, that's what all the Jacksonville fans are thinking about too. Love the mustache. Not sure about the game. We'll find out. Now, is everybody's season, you know, a waste now that have lost their starting quarterbacks? I don't think so. Because I actually like the backup quarterbacks that are coming into the game. Except for one. You would think with New Orleans, big offense, great offense, Sean Payton, really creative guy, that Teddy Bridgewater will be a nice plug and play. I don't think so. Looks like Taysom Hill is going to get some of that play. So I would stay away from Teddy Bridgewater. Although that's the best offense, it's not going to be the best option. Leave him alone. Well, I'll tell you the guy I like. There's two, actually, I like. One is Eli's replacement, Daniel Jones. And I know he went to Duke, so I shouldn't like him at all, but I'm going to be honest with you, I like him. He's mobile, he's got a nice arm, they've got weapons as soon as they're healthy, and they've got the best running back in football. That's a recipe for a solid rookie quarterback. I really hope that's the case because I picked him up this week. But I would watch him very closely. I think there's a chance that he can be very successful. Now, he's not going to go throw for 300 yards. If you're thinking Nash, you're thinking crazy. But I could see him definitely being consistent. I could see a 75% completion percentage and a touchdown or two because there's going to be a lot of attention paid to Saquon Barkley. So watch Daniel Jones. I think he actually is going to play very well. He gets the Bucs defense first, so that should be a benefit as well. Also, you've got Mason Rudolph. This is a very intriguing guy because I think he is the heir apparent in Pittsburgh. And so really this injury could pretty much open that window up immediately. A lot like a window was opened up in New England when Drew Bledsoe got hurt. I'm not saying he's going to take his team to a Super Bowl, but I am saying that the kid's talented. He can really throw the football, and he actually has a rapport with James Washington. So they went to college together. So I think that there's a chance that he can be really good. And the team seems to really like him. It's not like a quarterback situation like the Jets where you've got Luke Falk now playing where he doesn't have enough arm strength to get the ball outside the numbers. This is a quarterback that can throw the football. He's mobile. He's accurate. I think Pittsburgh's going to be okay. If they can get their running back situation figured out and get to running the ball a little bit better, they've got some weapons. Smith-Schuster, he's still going to be solid. James Washington, I think, is going to take an uptick. If they can get that connection like they had in the preseason, Pittsburgh's offense will be fine. And adding Minkah Fitzpatrick, the defense is going to be pretty good too. So I think things are not as gloom and doom as everybody keeps painting Pittsburgh as. At least not yet. I could be wrong, and Mason Rudolph could be a complete flop. I just don't see it. I think he's going to be solid, and he's a guy to watch. Well, Speed Goats went down. That was a surprise to me. I'll be honest with you, I did not expect it. won't say that I'm upset about it because, hey, it's not my team. Don't care. But props out again, I say, to Real Slim Brady. Now, I can't get too high on your team, Ben, because your defense had 59. 59. That is a lot of points. So, as much as I'd love to say, oh, Ben's team's up there now, we'll see. We'll wait and see. I'll get you this week, I believe. So we'll see. Now, that gets us to the matchup of the week. Now, generally, the matchup of the week is the two best teams matched up against one another. That would be, per the stats and the rankings so far, Chilltown versus the Real Slim Brady. I don't want to talk about that one because I like nostalgia. Who doesn't like a good case of nostalgia? You know, you got all these TV shows rebooting. I think 90210 just was on. I read something yesterday that Saved by the Bell is getting a reboot, in which Zach Morris is the governor of California. That's insane, but fantastic at the same time. So who doesn't love a great case of nostalgia? Well, we're getting one this week in fantasy. We've got Moon Knight, the originator, the creator of the league, versus a charter member in Baby Love. One team is 2-0. It's two-time champion Baby Love. One team since 0-2. It's our runner-up from last year, Moon Knight. Something's got to give. 3-0 makes you feel really good about the playoffs. 0-3, while you're not dead in the water, it's definitely not looking good. So the question now sits, what's going to happen? Well, Baby Love has been carried by Lamar Jackson. He's been fantastic. That can't go on forever. At some point, they're going to get pressure, and they're not going to be able to throw the ball quite as well. That could be this week against Kansas City. Now, I don't think Kansas City's defense is very good, just being totally honest. But I think somebody's going to sit back and make them run the football and not let him throw the ball. We'll see if that's this week. But still love the quarterback. I think he's great. Just like I said in the QB preview, he's a guy that can get you 200 yards rushing, 200 yards passing, and 100 yards rushing every single week, and a couple of touchdowns. That makes for a fantastic fantasy quarterback. So, Holly, you got your good one. Don't let him go. I don't think you need another quarterback. Just my thoughts. Now, Moon Knight. I ragged you pretty good about your running backs. And I think it's pretty much played out that way. It's being pretty accurate. But I like your quarterback. I see you, Mason Rudolph. I just got through talking about him. I think he's going to be fine. And you've got some receivers. You've got possibly the best receiver in football in DeAndre Hopkins. DJ Chark has been rather good as well. Your team looks pretty good. Now, as for a winner in this matchup, I'm going to go off the board here. I actually am going to predict the upset. I think Mason Rudolph is going to get the ball in his hands quite a lot. They haven't been running it well. James Conner's a little dinged up. I look for Mason Rudolph to have a big day, more than 300 yards passing, probably 3 touchdowns. And on the back of Mason Rudolph, I believe you're going to see Moon Knight spring the upset over Baby Love and get in the win column this week and possibly jumpstart his season. It's a big week for Moon Knight. We're going to see how it plays out, but that's my take. Now, I will say the other matchups of the week, the league manager note will be out today before the Thursday night football game, and I'll make sure to include all the matchups and a little preview for each of them within that league manager note. Now, I did want to get to a little nugget of the week. I meant to have this for last week, but hey, we'll do it on week 3 because I missed last week. My apologies again. My nugget is very simple, but I think it's very important. And too many people do this, but they just need to breathe. Don't overreact. You know whether you have a good player or a bad player. You know this. They've got history. Your job as a fantasy league owner is to understand if you have a good player, don't overreact because they have a bad week. Case in point, Sony Michel week 1 had 15 carries for 14 yards for me. As everyone knows, I'm a big Sony Michel supporter. a lot of people would have overreacted and benched him for week 2. I'm not going to do that. Week 2, 21 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown. A solid day, exactly what I'd expect. Do not overreact to one poor week, or even 2 poor weeks. If you feel confident that you've got a good player, trust them for a while. I mean, don't be crazy and trust them for 6 weeks and they just run you in the ground. But give them a chance to show that they are the player you think they are. That's the biggest thing. Fantasy people get so quick to I need to flip my roster. No, you don't. The first couple weeks of fantasy, while it's important to win, it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is to have good players. Good players will eventually win. It's very simple. Fantasy football is very, very simple. Get good players, get good matchups, get good points. It's really simple. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't rush out and sign that first guy that goes off for 40 points. It's fool's gold. Know what's real gold and know what's fool's gold. If you see a guy that you've never heard of and he goes for 30 points, could he be the next big thing? He could be. Or he could come back the next week and have 1 point. Be smart. Do not overreact to things that are going on. Trust the players that you like and just see how they progress. Give them a chance to be good. Just case in point, I like Daniel Jones as the quarterback of the Giants. I think he's a better option. Did Eli do anything to get benched? Not to me. There's players dropping balls. It's just things that, from my eye, I don't see why he got benched. So the Giants could be overreacting to an 0-2 start. It's possible. We're going to find out. But it's just, you've got to be smart in judging your roster and judging your players. Don't make any silly decisions. Don't take a trade because you feel like your roster needs an overhaul. Trust your roster. Trust your players and trust the matchup. And sometimes take a look when a guy has a bad game and look at the matchup, and maybe that's what caused the bad game. Case in point is Aaron Rodgers, the first 2 weeks. His numbers are not going to blow you off the page. They're not fantastic. Look who he played. The Bears, the Vikings. Maybe that played into it. Devontae Adams wasn't great week 1. He's playing the Bears. Aaron Jones wasn't great week 1. He's playing the Bears. Watch as the season goes, Aaron Rodgers will be a top 10, top 5 quarterback. Everything will balance out because he's a good player, he'll get good matchups, and he'll get good points. Don't overreact to things that you believe are not true. That's as simple as I can make it. And I think that's the most important thing in fantasy week to week is not to overreact. Trust what you see. That's what I do. And if you have any questions, I've got answers. Just shoot me a message. We can work together. We'll figure it out together. And maybe we'll see each other in the finals. All things are possible. Like I said, shoot old Chilltown and see a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Be on the lookout. The League Manager Note will be available today. I appreciate everybody's support of the league and everybody's hard work. And I'll look to be very consistent with these videos. And maybe I'll pop another one up before the end of the weekend. We'll see. Appreciate everybody. Also, one last thing. Hopefully, everybody noticed at the end of the video, if you watched all the way to the end last 2 weeks ago now, the logo was debuted in that video. If you did not get to see it, watch that video all the way to its conclusion, and you will see the new Legacy League logo. Let me know your thoughts. We're still working out the championship belt / trophy, whatever we decide to do, and that will be unveiled in the very near future. Appreciate everybody's time. You know, everybody else says when they're on YouTube, give us a like and subscribe to the video. If you have any comments, put them down below. I'm not big on the whole like, subscribe, all that. You know, it's just YouTube. It's just a video. But if you like it, go ahead and do it. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys later in the week. Have a great fantasy week. First game of the week is tonight. Make sure you're ready. Later.